welcome to my vegan kitchen. I'm Michelle. It is springtime. So guess what I'm gonna make? Carrot cake. I'm gonna make vegan carrot cake with vegan cream cheese frosting. I can't wait to show you this recipe. Come with me, I'm gonna do it now. Excited to make this recipe for you guys. But first, what we're gonna do, we're gonna get this oven preheated at 350. You wanna get that started before we start getting into these ingredients because we need this nice and hot. So I'm using carrots, regular carrots, guys. Already washed these carrots. I'm gonna use 3. This came 4 in a bunch, but I'm just gonna use 3. And what I'm gonna do is grater the carrots. I'm gonna use your old-fashioned box grater to grater the carrots. Now, if you guys don't want to do that, you can use a food processor, but I would highly suggest that you use a grater because the pieces come out more elongated, so you get a better flow of carrots within your cake. When you use the food processor, it kind of grinds it up and it becomes a little bit mushy. And grating the carrots, guys, it's really easy. It's not that hard. I'm halfway through and I think it's probably been like 10 seconds. So it doesn't take that long to grate your carrots. And no, you don't have to peel the carrots. You can grate it just like that. So now that we have our carrots all grated and ready, this is about 3 cups carrots. And don't worry, remember, I will have all the ingredients listed below. So now that we have the carrots ready, let's get the dry ingredients together. And guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, for those of you who've been rocking with me all this time, you know I love to cook. I can cook, I claim it, I love my food, everybody loves my recipes, but bacon, that's a whole other animal. You get an animal vegan. Bacon scares me. It scares the life out of me. You know why? I don't have free will. I have to measure every single thing. Everything has to be precise, and I'm just a wild child. Being precise is a little tough for me, but here we go. But I've done this recipe probably 3 times, and every single time it comes out really, really good. Nobody even knows it's vegan, even for me, because vegan pastries used to be hard for me. It never tasted really like the regular stuff, but this one is it. Okay, so I got my dry ingredients here. We're gonna start with the dry ingredients, and I made sure I measured everything out. So I got it all measured out, like I said. I got my flour, my sugar, I have granulated sugar, and I have brown sugar. And guys, the only difference between brown sugar and granulated sugar is molasses. Brown sugar has molasses where granulated sugar doesn't. So this is actually light brown sugar. You can use light or dark brown sugar. I just didn't want all that molasses within my sugar. And I have my baking soda and baking powder here. And then I have all the spices: salt, cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger. What we're gonna do, we're just gonna add all the dry ingredients to the bowl right now. All right, nice and easy, right? Easy for me, easy for you. Add it all in. And then I'm gonna use a whisk to mix everything together. All right, so now that the dry ingredients are all blended together, we're gonna add in the wet ingredients. All right, let's start with the canola oil. Did I just say that? Let's start with the grapeseed oil. All right, so we're gonna pour the grapeseed oil in. Applesauce, so that's our eggs. That's our egg replacement, guys. And I know you see me cooking like this. If you've been following me, you're like, she's being so gentle. I tell you, this bacon is it's so precise. I'm so nervous every time when I do it because I know it has to be perfect or it won't come out right. Now, I'm gonna blend this all together, but I'm gonna be gentle. And I'm gonna mention that, and I'm gonna repeat that. Be gentle when you are mixing this batter. If you over mix the batter, the cake will come out really dry and chewy. So you wanna make sure you just gently mix everything together. Just make sure it all gets combined. Don't over mix it, and you'll be fine. So now that that's gently combined, I'm gonna add in the carrots. And I'm just gonna fold in the carrots Nice and gentle. Again, just be gentle with your batter. You don't want to overwork this at all. So I fold it in. I'm going to add a little bit more carrots. Fold it in. So we're folding, not mixing. That's why it's so important to watch the video. You know, it's easy to just write out a recipe, but I like when you guys really see how the recipe comes together, so you really have a good visual of what it should be. I'm gonna fold in the rest of the carrots. I did maybe 3 folds. So now that the batter is all folded with the carrots and all the other ingredients, this is optional, but I think this is really important in carrot cake. I've really never had carrot cake without walnuts and raisins. So I'm gonna add in walnuts and raisins, but like I said, it's optional. Some people hate nuts, and actually, if you wanna stay nut-free, you might wanna keep this part out. But we're gonna add that in right now, and then we're gonna, again, fold it in gently. All right, so we're gonna grab 2 9-inch cake pans, round cake pans, and we're gonna spray it with some oil. You could do it 2 ways. You could spray it with oil like I'm doing. These are non-stick pans, so we know they're not gonna stick, but for backup, you wanna oil or grease or butter your pans. You could even use parchment paper. Once those are buttered or lined or sprayed, we're gonna add in our batter, our cake batter. So let's load it up. So now I'm just evening them out. Why can't I say that word? Even, I'm making them even. Because I can't, I don't know why. That was so hard. I felt like I was in an episode of SpongeBob just now. All right, so we're just making sure that they have equal parts. All right. And we're gonna pop this in the oven and allow them to bake. I'm gonna let them bake for about 35 to 45 minutes. And I like to place them on the middle rack. See you in 45 minutes. Let's set a timer. All right, our carrot cakes are ready. Look how pretty they are. Ooh, perfect, perfect. 35 minutes, and they look like they came out perfect, but let's do the test. Use a knife or a toothpick. Simply just, it's clean. Right down the center, it's clean. So we're gonna allow these to really cool down. So I'm gonna give it a good amount of time to cool down in the pans. Then I'm gonna remove it from the pan and I'm gonna allow it to cool down on a cooling rack. And then we're gonna frost them. All right, moving right along, we're gonna make the cream cheese frosting. So I have some vegan butter here, about 8 tablespoons. I allowed it to become room temperature. So we're gonna use a hand mixer and we're gonna beat this down till it becomes creamy. Beat this down, anyway, till it becomes creamy. Once it's creamy, we're gonna add in the other ingredients. Again, I will have a list of all the ingredients listed below. Here we go. Let me start on the lowest setting first. All right, let's start again. The lowest setting first. It's good now. This thing is flying everywhere. All right, guys, so did you notice I had to switch to a bigger, deeper bowl? I don't know what I was thinking. I'm telling you, this bacon thing, but deeper, bigger bowl, because you're gonna still have to add these ingredients. So let me continue to cream this butter and show you what's next. All right, so now that we got the butter, let's lay this down to a super creamy consistency. There we go. We're gonna add in the cream cheese. And yes, we're using vegan cream cheese. I'm using the VO Life, this brand right here, because I really love their products. Let's bust this open, or let's cut this open. It's my cream cheese. We're gonna get it right in there. Now, if you're not using VO Life and you're using another brand, maybe cream cheese in a tub, make sure there's no water at all. Get rid of the water before you get it in here. So now that we have our mixture to this beautiful, come in and take a look, this beautiful, beautiful texture, we're gonna start to add in the powdered sugar. Be careful because you wanna make sure you start to add the powdered sugar in before this starts to get too loose, too watery, all right? So let's do that now. We're gonna start on low, first setting, And we're gonna slowly add in our powdered sugar, mix that all up, add in the powdered sugar, mix it all up. We need about 4 cups of powdered sugar, so we're gonna do this very slowly and add in 1 cup at a time. All right, so as I got through the 4th cup of powdered sugar, it started to thicken up, and that's what we want. It also really smoothed it out. So let me just grab my spatula and just clean this off a little bit so I can lay it down on the side. I don't want to lose any of this. Come in and take a look. Look how smooth and creamy that is. Absolutely divine. I'm gonna place this in the fridge while the carrot cake is still cooling down, and then we're gonna frost this up and we're gonna taste it, guys. It's gonna be good. Guys, our carrot cake have cooled down. Now you done seen it took the whole day. We went from daylight to nighttime. Nice and cool, so it's not gonna break apart. We're gonna lay that down first. We're gonna move this out of the way. Move this forward. And remember what I said, the reason we let it cool down because we want it to be nice and firm like this when we place it on our cake. All right, so let's do the first layer, guys. I can't wait to enjoy this. So we have enough on our middle layer, okay? So we're just gonna grab our top layer, place that right on there. And then we're just gonna layer that up with cream cheese frosting. Let me hold that so it doesn't move around. And I'm gonna be sloppy with it. If you're a perfectionist and you want it to be perfect, you go ahead and make it perfect, but I'm gonna be a little sloppy with it. All right, guys, I'm still going. This is my rendition. It's not the prettiest. I'm not good at frosting, but who cares when it tastes good? After this, you want to place your cake in the refrigerator just for a little bit, just to kind of get the frosting a little bit hardened again, so that the top and the bottom won't move, especially when you go to cut it. And then you want to store it in your refrigerator. You don't want to leave it out on the counter because the frosting will become too thin, and it's not really good when it's too thin. You want it to be a nice firm frosting. All right, I'm gonna pop it in the refrigerator and then I'm gonna cut it. All right, guys, I pulled it out of the refrigerator because I want to cut this darn cake. I want it, okay? You should let it cool down a little bit just to let the frosting set, but I want this cake, okay? I want to taste it. So let's cut into it. All right, here we go. All right, let's pull that piece out. There it is. There is the carrot cake. Yay! Carrot cake, carrot cake, carrot cake. Let's taste it. I did it. This tastes so good. You know what I love? Years ago, baked goods tasted horrible. You couldn't even find ingredients to make really good vegan, like a good carrot cake or a good any cake. This is perfection. It is so good. You guys gotta try it. You got to make it. I gotta dive in one more time. One more time before we start chatting, okay? Oh, this is so good. Look how moist it is. I did it! I gave you guys a dessert. Yay! Carrot cake, guys. All right. Thank you so much for joining me in my vegan kitchen. I truly appreciate it. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button, tap on the bell so you get all the reminders whenever I drop a new video. And guys, I'm so appreciative. I'm so excited to have you guys in my kitchen every week. And go enjoy that carrot cake. It is so good. Finally, a vegan option just for y'all. Bye, guys.